Yep. Yep.
Great.
Yeah. And yeah, let's get started. And yeah, by starting an introduction for myself. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the webinar today. And my name is Ian. I'm the Regional Recruitment Manager in Australia from Up Education. And Up Education, like they'll say, we are partnership to provide pathway courses with University of Tasmania, Swinburne University, and also Charles Darwin University in Australia. And we are providing foundation studies in New Zealand programs such as University of Auckland, Auckland University of Technology, and also Victoria University of Wellington as well. So these are the pathway partnership that we have within Australia and also New Zealand. And in today's webinar, I'll mainly talk about one more program that we just have it on board, that is ICHM. And it is an institution that is based in Adelaide, South Australia. And also it's very heavily concentrated on hospitality management programs. And you'll find this program pretty interesting. And it's a very special program that that you will usually see in any other university as well. So yes, let's get started. So like I say, ICHM, it's actually located in Adelaide. So, and also Adelaide is now one of the world's 10 most livable cities. It's rated on 2018, but I still do believe now it is on the list for 2021 as well, even due to COVID-19 situation. And you can see here are some extremely beautiful photos of Adelaide, and also it's a border South Australia. And one very important thing is South Australia is called the wine capital of Australia, where most Australia famous brand wine, no matter it's red or white, it's produced by South Australia. And in this part, it is the most ideal place for hospitality studies. It is because here we have all kind of resorts and also all kind of hotels that allow travelers, tourisms to come in and have a taste on to have a feel of the wine capital. And like first in my introduction, ICHM is very much heavily targeting hotel, hospitality, and business courses in Australia. So let me talk a little bit about ICHM first. For this institution here that we have, ICHM, it's actually a long history long history hospitality management institution in the market, and it has recently been accepting international students. And however, in the market, it's not that active in the previous years. However, in the industry, is extremely famous for providing extraordinary graduates, and we do have an extraordinary alumni network. And for that, we do have some great ranking as well. It ranked number 2 in overall employment rate in Australia. And I can say what I can share is ICHM graduate employment rate is 96.3% in 2021. And for this data, I'll explain more about why we have this high graduate employment rate in the next few slides as well. So besides that, like I say, ICHM is extremely strong in the hospitality management industry, that we do have 2,500 alumni who are leaders in hospitality and many other industry as well. So for example, I'll say if you can see in Melbourne, Marvy Spice, who is the Director of Human Resource in W Hotel Melbourne, is one of our alumni. And also we do have alumni across the globe as well, like in Singapore, in Southern Europe, and also in Japan. Not just that, we do have alumni in Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam. I'll say among all the biggest among the biggest hotels that you can see in the market, usually there will be someone graduate from ICHM. And here you can see this is the different group that have worked with ICHM program as well. And not just our graduates, not just our alumni work there, but also in some of the hotels, we do have our placement students in there as well. So yeah, in ICHM, we do offer undergrad and postgrad degrees qualification. And I know, like I said in the last sentence, we do have placements in our courses as well. So first, let me run through a little bit about what courses we have traditionally. So traditionally, we do have Bachelor of Business, Hospitality Management for undergrad course. And it's a 3-year course, 4,000 per subject, and total subject is 24 units. And then for postgraduate, we do have graduate certificate in international hotel management, and also Master of International Hotel Management as well. For the graduate certificate, it's a nested program to the master degree. That means if your student is academically not reaching the direct master requirement, we can add on a GC packaging the master degree. So even it's a 6-month course for the GC, it can package with the 2-year master course, and the whole duration will still be 2 years because it can transfer those unit credit into the master degree. And you can see we do have 2 intakes per year for these hospitality courses. And let's talk about some, I'll say the most identified selling point in ICHM. For our Bachelor of Business, Hospitality Management, not only the student will be studying academically in the campus, but also we guarantee the student a minimum of 1,500 paid placement. So let me explain a little bit about our structure, our course setup as well. For 3-year study in Bachelor, the student will study 1.5 year altogether academically, and also do have 1.5 years in paid placement that is guaranteed by the institution. So in year 1, students study 6 months, 8 units. So unlike any other university, usually they study 8 to 9 months for 8 units, but we make it more intensive. So 8 subjects in 6 months, that's half year. And in the second half of the year, the student is going to be placed into a work placement that is highly related to what they're doing and what they're studying, hospitality management. And usually in a very good hotel, I'll say. And also the average wage of work placement. Yes, in the PowerPoint, it says 20 to 25 Australian dollars per hour. However, we do have students being paid in our placements from 32 and also sometimes even as high as 38 Australian dollars per hour as well. And for that, I guess it's usually better than what international students get paid when they try to find part-time job by themselves. So let's see it in a different way, I'll say. Since we do have 1,500 guarantee hours for placement, paid placement, that means every half year we are guaranteed to have 500 hours of placement. And if the student, I'll make the least earning possibility for an example. So $20 Australian dollars per year, sorry, $20 Australian dollars per hour, I'll say that. And then adding on it times 500, that means the student can gain at least 10,000 Australian dollars by doing the course and doing the placement for year one. And for year two, it's going to be the same. And for year three, same thing as well. 3 years add on altogether, the student has already have 1,500 hours of placement done, and also at least 30,000 Australian dollars earned in the pocket. What's more, the student also got 1.5 years experience when they graduate. That is why our graduate employment rate is so high, that is even higher than 95%. Because our student, once they graduate, in their resume, it will be 3 different providers, 3 different workplace on 3 different workplace working experience on their resume. And that is extremely good, extremely competitive when they take that resume out and trying to find a job even in another place. And also, like here as shown, even in the very last year, there is still a 6-month, still a 6-month, approximately 500 hours placement there. Usually the student will choose a place in Adelaide and trying to perform extremely well. And very high chance the employer is going to continue the employment with our students. And for that, it makes us the only hospitality institution in Australia that offers 50% academic study and also 50% time for placement. And just give you a glimpse on what kind of hotel or what kind of place that we are going to place our students. Like I said, the student can be placed in Adelaide. And in Adelaide, our very signature placement hotel is Oval Hotel in Adelaide. And that is very near the CBD, I'll say. And also Sky City as well. In fact, we just did a discovery day that we have shown students, what can they expect when they come in and do the placement. And we show them around these amazing hotel places, and also show them, let them talk to one of our alumni and one of our placement student as well, to give them a big picture on how are they going to study and what are they expecting in their future career as well. And that is for Adelaide. And for that, we're not, as you can see these pictures, it is not only limited to Adelaide. We can actually place the student into other states as well, like in Victoria, in Melbourne, in New South Wales, in Sydney, and also in Queensland, even the very famous Hamilton Island as well. It is a paradise over there. And imagine that the student can get 500 hours, that's half year, spending their time in Hamilton Island. And also it is a paid job for that placement. And one very signature placement that we have is the GAN. I'm not sure if you have heard the GAN train, a luxury train or not, but that is a luxury train that has 2 trips. One is from Adelaide all the way to Darwin. So that is vertically across Australia. And the other route is horizontally across Australia from Sydney to Perth. So our student can spend like half year on a train, providing luxury service, hospitality service in the train. And yeah, that is very, very unique student experience, I'll say. Even during their studies, they can travel around Australia. And like I say, that will all be the students' working experience in the end. Besides that, we do have adding on new courses to ICHM as well. From this September, we are adding on diploma courses and bachelor courses. So take Bachelor of Business, for an example. The next intake is September 2022. It can be a 3-year standard bachelor course, or it can be a 2.3 years accelerated course. Why are we putting the 2.3-year course instead of a 2-year accelerated? It's because in this course, there will be at least 300 hours 300 hour placement on this degree course. However, it's not guaranteed paid at the moment. So it's a little bit different with the hospitality course, which make this course mainly for students who are trying to boost their employability after they graduate as well. Because when they finish the 2-year academic course, they'll have 300 hours in a placement job that is highly related to business. And tuition per subject, you can see here, it's only 2,498 Australian dollars here per unit. And we charge for 23 subjects. And so altogether, all 3 or 2 to 3 years altogether, the student is paying 57,454 Australian dollars. I'll say it's very competitive in the market, and because I haven't mentioned the scholarship yet. So the course is fully taught on campus, so we don't accept online teaching at the moment for ICHM courses. And also from 2023, we are going to adding on our marketing courses and also entrepreneurship courses as well in February 2023. And now we have finished on our undergraduate programs and move on to our postgraduate programs. So like I say, for this graduate certificate program, it's mainly for the student who cannot get a direct entry to master degree. If any of your student is from Cambodia, I'll say, you'll realize that if Cambodia's bachelor degree is not recognized by Australia master degree, it cannot be direct entry to Australia master degree. So they have to package this graduate certificate before they join in the master program. And the advantage of this one is, like I say, it's a nested program. So once the student finish this 6-month course, even adding on a master degree 2 years, the whole duration will still be 2 years because there will be credit transferred after they finish the graduate certificate course. And now we have our Master of International Hotel Management course here. And the course is adding on together, it's a 2-year course. It has 10 core subjects and 3 elective subjects. So this one is 13 subjects add on together. However, you can see the structure here is very different from any other university as well. So 1.5 year, the student is studying academically. So year 1, whole year academic study. Year 2, the first half of the year is academic study. However, the second part of the year is, again, paid placement from the institution. So the placement places is very much similar to what we have in bachelor degree as well. But also for this paid placement, the student is going to have some kind of a research assignment once the student finished the placement and also done the placement research assignment, then the student can graduate as a master. So from IELTS point of view, for our undergraduate studies, For a bachelor, it's 6.0, no band less than 5.5. If it's for master degree, it's it's 6.5, no band less than 6.0. However, if the student is doing the diploma course that I mentioned earlier, the English requirement is 5.5, no band less than 5.0. So there will be a 0.5 in IELTS drop in this one. And the current English test that we accept is IELTS, PTE, and also TOEFL as well. And I know sometimes when we try to market this course to students is always saying that I don't want a career in hospitality management. However, what I want to say is, because this course is, yes, it's mainly targeting to let our student to be in the hotel hospitality management industry. However, it can come out with different career outcome as well. No matter it's like in a hotel or not, it can be student can be, you know, finance manager, human resource manager. Like you have seen the like I mentioned before, our alumni is actually the director of human resource in W Hotel Melbourne. And also here are the facilities that we have for our students. So you can see our lecture room is very much same as an same as a university lecture room that you can see in any other public university. And we do have kitchens, we do have hotel simulation places as well. And of course, our student can be placed in the proper hotel to have real-time experience throughout that. And we, like I say, we do have very strong industry partnership. And you can see for our students, we do have industry partners in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in Taiwan, in Vietnam, in Hong Kong, in Japan, and a lot of other places in the world as well. So for entry requirement, I have put here, what I have put here is actually the onshore entry requirement, but I do want to show you how to check on the national entry requirement for each country. So yeah, here it is. Can you see my website here? So
yes, we can.
Yeah, this is ICHM's main page. So ichm.edu.au. This is where we can check on ICHM's news and also course details. When you put your mouse on future student and click on entry requirements, it will come up in this page. And let's take undergraduate, for example. My student wants to study Bachelor of Hospitality entry. So it's a direct bachelor entry. Let's say the student comes from Vietnam. So scroll all the way to Vietnam. So you can see here, like direct bachelor entry is successful completion of year 12 with a GPA of 7.0 out of 10. However, if the student does not reach 7.0, then we can check on Diploma of Business, year 12 GPA 6.0. So it will be easier entry requirement for packaging the Diploma of Business plus the Bachelor of Business package. And what I can say is almost every country is listed here, including Thailand. And I do realize we do have Philippine targeted, Philippine targeted student targeted agent here. So yes, everything that you can find on this webpage, it's extremely helpful. However, if you're not sure, you can always check with Yes Education. So yeah, and they'll give out the correct answer on the entry requirement on this one. let's get back to the, one second. Let's get back to the presentation here. And for scholarship, ICHM offer two kind of scholarship. One is 10%, one is, oh, one second. Okay, one is 10% and the other is 15%. I'm not sure where that page is. One second, it must be hiding in somewhere. It's not showing up. Yeah, here it is. One is 10% and one is 15%. So for 10% is for all the students who receive an offer from admission. And also for 15%, we require a student, this is onshore. If a student is offshore, we require a student to have exceed a little bit about from their requirement, from their, I'll say the entry requirement. And usually it's somewhere about 5%. And also for graduate certificate, there'll be a 10% tuition fee for GC, and also for the postgraduate master as well. And for 15% scholarship, if student want to achieve this, the student must achieve an IELTS 7.0 or equivalent overall for, and also meet their academic entry requirement to receive this master 15% scholarship. And some of you might ask, if the student fail one or two units, they have to repeat, can they still get this scholarship? The answer is, I'll answer it in two parts. One is, for every year, if the student can get a credit or above, that is 60% or above, they can retain their 15% scholarship for the next year. However, if in between they have failed one unit or two, they will pay the full price of that unit, not the 15% discount scholarship after scholarship price. I hope I make that clear. And for student accommodation, yes, we do have on-campus accommodation, and it's 8,690 Australian dollars each semester. Usually it will prioritize for the first year students. And to be very honest, after the first placement, the student most likely like to move out from the student accommodation and find their own living space. And yeah, that is the end of the presentation. Is there any questions?
Okay, thank you, Ian, very much for that comprehensive presentation. So yeah, now would be a good time if anyone does have any questions for Up Education related to any of the products mentioned. If there's any more questions on entry requirements or fees or scholarships, really now would be a good time to ask. So you just have to put it in the Q&A or the chat box below. So Ian, recently since the border has opened, what would you say has been the most popular product offshore from Southeast Asia?
Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
I'll say ICHM is actually the product that has most like. It's because even for Southeast Asia student, they still got a paid placement for 500 hours per year when it comes to bachelor, and that is really quite a lot in no matter it's in earnings or in working hours as well. So as we all know that Southeast Asia students like to earn the money by themselves. And one very good thing is, apart from the placement, the student still have that quota, that quota of working hours for their student visa. So the placement is actually part of the study. It doesn't count as a part-time job that is allocated to their student visa working hours. I know at the moment there are unlimited hours. However, it's a COVID-19 special situation that the government is trying to boost up the workability in international students. But in normal circumstance, maybe that will be canceled. However, for our student, it doesn't matter. It really matters because they, apart from that 10,000 each half year, they still got the opportunity to earn more for part-time.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good point. How about for Charles Darwin University? Have you had a lot of interest in the diplomas there since the border opened?
Yes, and I'll say Vietnamese students is actually has a very, very good boost since the border opened. And we do have a very good Vietnamese community right there. And just remind you that in the past we did our diploma of health program that leading to bachelor before. But
leading to Bachelor of Nursing.
Bachelor of Nursing, yes. And unlucky, it's such a pity that now the quota has all been filled. And till 2023, like even from CDU 2023, it's all gone. And
too popular.
we're trying to ask the board to see if they can let us
have
more quota on that one, so we can again open up the course to let some students come in and then also do the package.
And recently, just for our agents' information, how long is it take normally for the application processing time? Is it different depending on the product that they apply for? Or would you say, it really does depend on the time of year that they apply?
Yeah, for that, I'll say, because the good thing is ICHM admission team is actually from Up Education, not we're not using the university system that in other pathway program like that does. So the turnaround time, I'll say 48 hours maximum. It's not 48 working hours, it's 48 hours. And the fastest one is actually 2 hours. But yeah, I mean, please do not expect 2 hours like every application. But I think 48 hours in return, it's very reasonable, I'll say.
Great. Yeah, it is very, very reasonable compared to other products.
Sure. And also if it's an urgent case, please let me know. So if we can definitely push it even further.
Fantastic. Okay, I think we have a few questions starting to come through. Jason Chong asks, ICHM is located within the TAFE SA Regency campus?
At the moment, yes. So we are sharing the same facility with TAFE SA and also Le Cordon Bleu. I know like Cordon Bleu tuition fee, it's like sky high. However, they're using because our student is not paying that much. Our student is actually paying somewhere in between. And we're actually using the same facility like Le Cordon Bleu. So it's pretty much a great big discount from them actually. So I'll say still very competitive.
And the next question from Jason is, what category is ICHM within TEXA? Is it Institute of Higher Education or Australian University?
Yeah, at the moment it's Institution of Higher Education.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, looks like you got those answers. So yeah, thanks for your active participation, Jason. Yeah, and if anyone has any more questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. This is a really unique opportunity to speak with Ian. He's very experienced and knows all of the products inside and out. So don't hesitate to get in touch right now. So Ian, what about some of the deadlines for this year? Some of the next intake coming up.
Yeah.
What would you say are some of the deadlines that agents should be aware of?
Yeah, I'll say next intake because we do have our July intake is the next one. The deadline, because it's a very intensive learning, like even for the January intake that we have, it's like very early intake comparing to other universities because usually they are in February or in March. But our ICHM program usually is like kind of 1 month up in front of any other universities intake. So for ICHM in July, I'll say somewhere in the beginning of July, it's really the deadline I can do for the next intake. However, we are following up with a Bachelor of Business September intake. So for that one, it's not hospitality management program, it's business only. So very much like other provider, other competitor, I'll say if I can name, it's like KBS, Kaplan Business Schools, Bachelor of Business, something like that. So, but we are in a approximately kind of same price range. To be honest, I do think we are actually cheaper for in some way after the scholarship as well.
Yeah, good point. I see another question from Amon from Myanmar. Is 6 months graduate certificate program plus Master of Hotel Management degree still eligible for post-study working visa?
I think I can kind of answer that, but not the full thing. Due to it's a visa related question. So I can say the program GC is a nested program. So it's not very much like the one that we have in UTAS. The UTAS graduate certificate in business one is not a nested program, so it cannot have any credit transfer. So for that one, if the student want to go for PSW, in my experience, I'm just sharing my experience. Usually, student will go for adding up a 2-year course instead of 1.5 year in master. So that is in UTAS. For the whole duration, it will be 2.5 years in UTAS. However, in ICHM, adding on, because it's actually adding on 2-year course. However, it's just credit transfer and it's a nested program altogether. So we do have students that take the PSW after graduation.
Yeah, after the master. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Jason has another question. For Bachelor of Business, how does the academic calendar work? Considering it starts in September and not the usual June and July.
Yeah.
And when is the next intake after September 2022?
So the next intake after September 2022, it's actually the February intake. So it's possibly like very, very similar to our trimester pathway programs duration as well. Like even for our pathway in Swinburne, in UTAS, and CDU, we do have a summer semester intake that is starting in somewhere October or November. So very much the same setup. And for our Bachelor of Business, it all depends on the students going through the incentive accelerate course or the standard course. If it's in accelerate course, you can see the course is very much bunched up all together, finishing all the 23 academic units in 2 years, and then get a 300 placement after that 2-year study. If it's a 3-year standard, then it'll very much be like same, like everyone is doing the not just the first intake, the summer intake that we have, and then for that second intake, it's February. The next intake is July, and then the next intake is February. So that is how it's listed. The reason we start this bachelor intake in September is actually a very specific reason, I'll say. I mean, some of your students might have be in Australia already since February or January, starting their study in any university or university or institution since February, and starting their principal course, I'll say. Adding on a 6 month, so it will equals approximately July, August, September. And we're actually targeting those students. If your student wish to transfer to, I say, Icham, then I don't think a release letter is needed if they are studying 6 months after their principal course since February and March. Yeah,
we have another question here. Thank you for your question, Jason. Another question from Richard. After the graduate certificate program plus Master of Hotel Management or bachelor's degree, how long the student can stay back in search of a job? Maybe you could point out for your graduates, the job opportunities or the ties to the industry that they have with the program, and how easy is it to find the job?
Yeah, I will I'll actually give it an example, to be honest. Since for this program, we do have our GC plus master degree altogether. And in the very end of the master degree, the student does have half-year placement in paid placement in their, that is in their curriculum. And in those half-year, I'll say a lot of students did get a job, get an offer even before they graduate from the placement employer. So it all depends on each students and everything. But even if they didn't stay in the same provider, even if they didn't stay in the same hotel placement provider, I'll say, for searching for a job, usually our students will only have a 1 or 2 month gap in between. It's because one thing, the hospitality management, that industry is growing in Adelaide every day, and more job is posting out every day. Even you can check on, I'll say, seek.com.au. You'll see a lot of opportunities coming up within the hospitality management industry. And also, since we all know that Olympic is coming to Australia very soon, and all these students is actually having a great bright future when it comes, because all these students actually one kind of preparation for Australia to have a successful Olympic in Brisbane. Yeah, pretty much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Richard, for your question. All right. Okay, I think that's all the questions we have here. Ian, any final things you wanted to say before we wrap it up?
Yes. So I know ICHM isn't that active in the market before, and now Up Education has actually take over the whole thing. So it will be a lot of changes, and actually we are making all kind of marketing materials, videos. And also, if somehow your student is onshore, and even in other universities, we do have our Discovery Day that we offer to our students throughout the year. I'll say it's an event that let the student to be guided by one of our institution staff, and lead them to have a talk on the alumni and also the placement students working in the placement places, Oval Hotel, Sky City, Oaks, Marriott, the Intercontinental Hotels, all kinds of networking places. And they will have a school tour as well. And pretty much they do have a lot of things to discover. And I'm pretty sure that they will like the program. And because once the student join that program, we do have a very good conversion rate after the student join that. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Ian. Thanks again for your insights and your presentation today. Our attendees certainly got a lot from that. And once again, everyone that has joined today, if you have any further questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with myself or your regional marketing manager looking after your region. And of course, the applications will go through our admission staff there as well. I will put together an email with the recording of this and also the presentation that Ian has made today and send to you after the conclusion of this. So thanks again for your active participation, and I'll see you at the next webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you.
See you. Bye.